Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome to another episode of Kingdoms. Check it out. There's a new menu page, background scrolling pretty thing. That's new. We're in the snapshots now, perhaps against my better judgment. Not the latest snapshot, because from what I've heard, it's pretty crashy. But we are in 18W47B. Which means we now have access to a whole bunch of stuff. Don't worry, I did make a backup, so if this goes horribly wrong, we can revert if we need to, but I think we'll be okay. Also, I'm back. I know, it's been a while. Yeah, basically, for those of you who don't know, I went up north for Thanksgiving. Ooh, did they change the FOV as well? No? FOV is normal. Full screen resolution. Yeah, this is all good. I mean, I've been playing Minecraft. Oh, that seems a little bit better. The FOV definitely. Am I losing my mind? I feel like the FOV has changed. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, I went up north for Thanksgiving. And actually, we need some stuff out of here for today's episode. We're going to be returning to an old area today and working on some stuff because now that we're in snapshots, we have new slabs and stairs for tons of things that we didn't have before, and I want to kind of play around with them. And we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. I have not uploaded in about a week, but that doesn't mean that I haven't been working on things. Looking at this beautiful log right here. Anyway, so let me grab some shulker boxes and stuff, because we're going to need to take a few things with us. Let's just grab this polished diorite. We'll grab some birch logs. Toss those in there, and I'll grab maybe some regular diorite. Oh, that's a very full shulker box. Okay, well, we'll put it in here. That's fine. Anyway, so yeah, I've been working on some stuff. I went up north for Thanksgiving, as you guys probably know. I live in Tennessee, but I'm originally from Wisconsin. My wife is also originally from Wisconsin. So for the holidays, for Thanksgiving, we drove up north, went to go visit her side of the family, visit my family, you know, all that kind of good stuff. And it's basically like a 10-hour drive each direction. So it's not the kind of trip we don't take a trip up to Wisconsin for the weekend. You know, it takes basically an entire day to drive each direction. So when we go up there for like a week or more at a time. And we usually only go up there once or twice a year. But anyway, so we got back, I don't know, Friday or Saturday of last week. And that's kind of one of those drives where once you're finished with it, you're so like tired and miserable because I'm the only one that actually drove at all. So I needed like a day or two to recuperate just from the travel because it was, I hate that drive so much. I really do. And then I was very inspired. There were a lot of tour videos and stuff like that while I was gone. New versions of textures were released, I think before I was gone, but some of them were updated and refined a little bit. Please load in. Okay, it's loading. No Optifine, because snapshots. But I was very inspired from those tour videos. And you know, I've been playing around with Kingdoms for a long time, and I've been kind of toying around with ideas for Kingdoms, and one thing I've kind of struggled with over the years is running Hermitcraft and Kingdoms at the same time. Because although they are different, they are similar enough that I often find myself kind of repeating content, I guess you could say. Do I not have an ender chest on me? Self? What is... Oh, good job, Self. That's all right. There's an ender chest in here that I can just take. Are these empty? Okay, we got some stone. All we have is some stone and some slabs. Okay, good to know. That's fine. Anyway, as I was saying, I often find myself kind of repeating content. And what I mean by that is, I'll build something in Kingdoms, like, especially with, like, technical things. Like, I'll build, like, a super smelter or something in Kingdoms, and then I'll build it again in Hermitcraft, like, very shortly thereafter. Also, polished diorite stairs. Anybody? Hello? Yes? Ah! It's glorious. I have been waiting so long for slabs and stairs for all these things. This is my dream come true. It really is. But I've been finding myself often repeating content, and I've thought about a lot of options to kind of differentiate the two series a little bit better. I've thought about turning Kingdoms into a creative-only series. I've thought about turning Kingdoms into a... Is there a villager hiding back here? No, this is just here for no apparent reason. Okay. Oh, you know what? There was a villager in there because there's a villager breeder over here, and I was storing. Yeah. Okay, got it. I've thought about turning Kingdoms into a modded series, which isn't really a viable option because of the way that modded Minecraft works, and I like playing in the latest versions and all this other kind of stuff. I've thought about many, many different things that I could potentially do to kind of differentiate the two series a bit more. Not just for myself, but for you guys as well. Because as I said, I often find myself kind of repeating content between the two, between Hermitcraft and Kingdoms. And I think I've finally reached a decision. And this is something that I've thought about very heavily for a very, very long time, but it wasn't really until the World Tour videos that I kind of reached this decision. And that decision is, I think I am going to go sort of all in on the idea of the texture pack. I did all the various tours, Germsy Boy, Fix-It, which, by the way, if you did not see the Fix-It World Tour, go back and watch it, because it is quite literally the most incredible thing I've ever seen done in survival Minecraft. It's absurd. Fix-It makes me look bad, okay? We'll just pretend that part isn't true, but go watch the Fix-It tour, because your mind will be blown. And I mean that, sincerely. But anyway, and basically, the idea is, the texture pack is very, very involved. It doesn't quite feel modded per se, but it's a lot more, it's a lot farther from the default vanilla textures. For example, I'm trying to think of a good example of this. I don't know, concrete, for example, like blue concrete or purple concrete or something like that. In those in the texture pack for Fix-It's World and Germsy Boy's World, and Germsy Boy actually does a lot of the textures for Fix-It. So I kind of ended up doing tours of an entire little circle of friends. It was kind of cool. But the textures that are done there, I can make it good. For example, concrete might look like shingles instead of just plain concrete. And with Kingdoms being a very kind of medieval world, I really don't ever see myself using a lot of the blocks that are in vanilla, at least not using them heavily. Am I ever going to use pink concrete? Probably not. White concrete, maybe. Black concrete, maybe. But white concrete? No. But purple or where is my bed? In here. I was going to say, I know I've got one around here somewhere. There's a lot of blocks that I'm just never really going to use because they don't fit a sort of medieval world. And there's a lot of potential with things that you can do with texture packs. So over the course of the last week or so, where I have not been uploading videos because I am the most professional of all YouTubers ever, I've been working on the texture pack and kind of toying around with how far I want to take it. And as I said, I think I've kind of decided that I just want to go all in with the textures, for better or for worse. I think I'm just going to go all in. And that will make Kingdoms a very different series than Hermitcraft in some ways. Like, obviously it's still going to be survival Minecraft. It's not going to be, you know, like ridiculously different. But just the addition of all those extra textures is going to make a pretty big difference, I think. I guess those are just different heights. Okay. And it's going to give us a lot more like kind of options, like creativity options to play around with, and it'll I think really allow us to kind of make the world a lot more beautiful and immersive, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm also like, I've been working on this texture pack now for a long time, but I am far from a professional and extremely competent texture pack maker. Like, there's a lot of things you can do with texture packs, and I mean, the world tours kind of demonstrated that. Like, some of the things that Germsy Boy does with his texture pack, for example, are just insane. Like, I'm like, wow, I didn't even know you could do that. And some of them I already knew about, but just kind of never got around to. You know, having cobblestone variants built in, for example, you know, so there'd be like 4 or 5 different variations of cobblestone, and it's done using block states and JSON files and all sorts of stuff like that. And I've just never really gotten around to it. Like, I've known for a long time that it's something that's possible because, you know, the B-Dubs texture pack made heavy use of it. B-Dubs also got a lot of his ideas from watching Germsy Boy's videos. He actually said that, I believe, at one point. But either way, point is, I'm kind of muddling my way through this. You know, I have an idea of what I want with the texture pack, and I don't want to like just like blatantly take parts of other people's texture packs. You know what I mean? I still want it to be my own, unless I have like explicit permission to do so. But even then, I think I would still kind of want to do it myself, because then I learn how to do it for future reference, you know, and it's kind of also about like expanding my knowledge of how texture packs and Minecraft works sort of under the hood, if that makes any sense at all. But that's kind of where I'm at. I'm at this point where I'm like, you know what? I think it's time. We're going to go all in on the texture pack, and over the course of the next, well, however long it takes, because I genuinely don't know. I genuinely have no idea how long this is going to take. Over the course of the next, I don't know, few months, whatever, Kingdoms is going to begin to look a bit different. Not exceptionally different. Like, I obviously don't want to ruin existing builds. I should have done this differently. That was good job, Self. I don't want to ruin any existing builds. You know what? What am I doing? Elytra are a thing. Just not in snapshots, apparently. Okay. Oh, it's a single-player world. There should not be lag in a single-player world. Look at this. It's like I'm playing on a server that's I've got a bad connection to. I can't fly. Okay, well, never mind. Elytra are not a thing in a single-player world, apparently. What if we try to fly this way? Oh, nope. Okay, yeah. So never mind. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. Anyway, I'm kind of muddling through. I'm sort of figuring it out as I go, and you'll have to bear with me because it's a process. There's a lot of stuff to do, and there's a lot of just kind of tedious, repetitive stuff to do as well. And I need to most of the textures that I've developed over the years, most of the textures that I've done are basically just vanilla textures that have been slightly modified, right? Like, maybe I would take perfect example. This diorite texture. This texture for polished diorite. It's just the stone brick texture, but made lighter. That's all it is. So I didn't actually design this texture from scratch. I just took the existing Minecraft texture and played around with the colors, you know, and that's true of a lot of this stuff. Like these planks have been changed now. We're on the new the newest version of them, for better or for worse. I don't know if I really like them, but I'm getting used to them. But those will change over time as well. But the big thing is, Kingdoms is going to start to look a bit different. Not necessarily in... I mean, I'm not going to mess with colors too much of existing blocks, because oh, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have jumped to the snapshots. I'm thinking that perhaps this was a terrible idea. We may have to go to a backup, because this is pretty bad. Like, a single-player world, the lag is, yeah. I'm thinking maybe I made the jump to snapshots too early. Oh, I was just so excited to have stones and slabs and stairs and things. Well, that's also part of the reason that I turned this into a talkie episode, was in case this happened, then, you know, we don't really lose too much progress. It's basically just, okay, well, we're going to lose the making of stairs on this stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to roll back to 1.12. That's a pity. That is a pity. Oh, well. In the meantime, though, there's a bunch of new stuff. There's ink and stuff, and I've already covered some of these things. But, like, I don't even know what half of the new thing... I've been so out of the loop over the last few weeks. I've been doing other crazy things as well. I've gotten hopelessly addicted to Magic the Gathering. It's a problem, guys. It's a problem. Oh, man. So I started playing Magic the Gathering Arena shortly after it hit open beta. So that was like late October, early November. I don't know, somewhere in there. Oh, man. Yeah, you can't fly. Everything is loading really poorly. I'm thinking this is not gonna work long term. Do we have, like, super memory problems, or... No? Yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Either way, I started playing Magic Arena, which is like an online version, a online free-to-play version of Magic the Gathering. Late October, early November, but mid-November, I don't know, somewhere around there. Streamed it a couple times before Thanksgiving, all that kind of good stuff. And I'm hooked. I'm super hooked. I kind of missed the boat on Magic for my whole life, because I grew up in, like, the Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh era, where everyone my age was collecting Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and not Magic cards. You know, I don't know if I was just a little bit too young at the time. You know, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh had TV shows that went with them and that I watched on Saturday morning cartoons when I was growing up. And Magic did not. And maybe that's why I was drawn to the other one. I don't know. I grew up in that era. And I just kind of totally missed Magic. Like, I knew it exists. I knew it existed. I just never touched it. Until now. And I'm like, holy cow, this is actually super fun. And it's kind of scratching an itch that I've always had. I've always enjoyed collectible card games and trading card games, things that involve, not like collecting baseball cards, but, you know, stuff like Pokemon cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and all that kind of good stuff. You know, if you pay attention to my second channel, I played quite a bit of Slay the Spire over there. Enjoyed that game. Anything that's like a deck builder. I love building decks and coming up with strategies and getting things to interact with each other in interesting ways. And I don't know, it's just something that's always really appealed to me. And last night, I went to my very first Friday Night Magic, which apparently is a thing, like, everywhere. I'm actually learning a lot about the Magic community as well now, and maybe it's, like, super nerdy of me, but I don't really care. I'm a gaming YouTuber that plays Minecraft for a living, so, like, I'm pretty sure appearing to my peers as nerdy is not something that I'm exceptionally worried about. And who cares anyway, as long as I'm having fun and doing what I want to do and nobody else is getting hurt because of it, like, what does it matter? But anyway, so I went to my very first Friday Night Magic last night, had a blast. It was super fun. Didn't play, well, I played okay, I think. I think my record was 2-3. I really counted as like 2-2 because one of the players that I lost to was a 9-year-old kid, and I kept letting him take back his moves because I didn't have the heart in it. I didn't have it in my heart to be like, you can't do that. You know, I was there to have fun. I don't care enough. Winning is nice, but I don't care enough about winning to like basically ruin some kid's whole day and night. And like, you know, I'm there to have fun and learn and get out of the house and all that kind of stuff, because I don't get out of the house nearly as much as I should. It's kind of terrible, actually. But anyway, so I went to my first Friday Night Magic, had a blast. For those of you who are interested in Magic already, I played a mono-red aggro deck. It was super fun. And it wasn't a great deck. It was a budget deck because, you know, I decided that I was going to Friday Night Magic on Thursday, the day before, and I did not own any Magic cards whatsoever. So I basically tried to like throw together a deck over the course of a single day. Well, over the course of 2 days. There's 2 local game stores in my town where I live. So I was like bouncing back and forth between them all day and trying to put a deck together. And yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of fun. But anyway, I do want to show off one other thing real quick, and that is some of the texture pack stuff. Let's jump over into a creative world real quick. Although I'm going to reset the other one to a backup, so I guess it doesn't really matter that much. But anyway, some of the things that I'm working on, and that are far from completion, but are, you know, kind of getting there. So, first off, one of the most noticeable ones is birch. Check out that birch texture. Isn't that beautiful? Like, it's still birch, but it's usable. Oh, I actually really like it. Like, this is such a good texture. Just taking, and basically all I did with this was I took out the black. That's all I did. I just took out the black blotches, and now it looks so much better. Just imagine this, and one of the things that I want to do as well, I think it may have been Germsy Boy's tour when I did all those world tour videos. I think it was his, but his birch leaves are like golden colored. Imagine if you think of like Lord of the Rings and you think of like Lothlorien, the golden wood, imagine if we recreated something like that in Kingdoms. Because that's the other thing too, with me going all in on this texture pack, I'm also kind of thinking that I'm going to be going for much bigger and more impressive areas and regions. I'm going all in on the texture pack, but I'm also going all in on the fantasy and kind of world building aspect of Kingdoms as well. That's kind of my plan. We may even start implementing like a creative mode day every 10 episodes or something like that. I don't know. I want your feedback on that as well, because right now there are very, very, very few things in Kingdoms that have been done in creative mode. Well, actually, the only things that have been done in Kingdoms in creative mode right now are things that were done in survival first and then broke for some sort of reason, because, you know, that's just kind of the unfortunate reality of jumping back and forth between snapshots, is that sometimes things break that shouldn't. And if I have something that breaks, then I have no problem fixing it in creative mode. That doesn't bother me at all. Also, cobblestone variations, kind of getting there. Still a long way to go on this one. I'm not a good texture artist, so right now I have like 3 variants of texture of cobblestone, and I think they're all just pre-existing cobblestone variants. Like, this is the version 2 variant. I think this one is the original. And then, I don't know, there's 3 variants and they're all pre-existing Minecraft textures that have been made gray. One might be sandstone, actually. This might be the sandstone texture, but turned gray with some extra, I don't know. Either way, working on that. There's going to be cobblestone variants. Acacia planks, I changed the color. Is that not beautiful? I love this color. And look how well it blends with jungle wood. And then with... where you be? Yo! Hardened clay. Where are you? I can't find... Where is this? Ah, there it is. I found it. Look at that. Look at how close that is together. Those will blend so well. That'll be great for some things, I think. So I changed the color of that. The only place we've used acacia wood so far in the entirety of Kingdoms is in the Season 1 Ender. And I really don't think it'll look any worse. I don't think it'll be either a positive or negative change. I think it'll just be a change. What else have I done? I took dark prismarine. Or maybe I didn't do that yet. I'm planning to kind of desaturate dark prismarine just a tiny bit and make it just a tiny bit darker as well. Dark oak. Oh, yes. My dark oak planks. I love this color. Look how nice that is. It's just compared to the old one, it's a little bit grayer, and it just looks, I don't know. I like it. I love this color. This is a lot closer to like the modded the chisel mod color for a lot of the textures for dark oak. I don't know. I don't remember what all the textures I've changed have been. There's been a number of them. A lot of them are still the same as before, like, you know, my nether brick and red sandstone, for example. Actually, red sandstone has been changed. This doesn't quite look right. This is still a little splotchy. Maybe I modified this a little bit. I still got to work on some of these. I actually need to work on a lot of this stuff. My planks have all been updated. There's just so many things. Like, I could go on forever and try to figure out what I've done and what I haven't done, and oh, man. It's going to be a bunch of stuff. I've got plans for the beds. The beds, except for the white bed and the red bed, are all going to become different things. So, like, you'll put this down, and it will be like a coffee table instead of a bed. And then say you do the gray one, and the gray one, instead of an orange bed, this one will be like a little stone bench. And then, you know, stuff like that. I think you can do some really cool things making use of that. That's something I picked up from, I think it was Germsy Boy as well. There's just so many ideas that I have. I want to go all in on this texture pack and make it really, really cool. I've got plans, and it's gonna be fantastic, I think. But anyway, I've rambled for a while. I've talked about a lot of stuff. A lot of these ideas I definitely want your feedback on as well, so please comments below. Also, I am back, so videos are a thing again, so that's good. Hermitcraft will be tomorrow. And I think that's about it for this one. So guys, let's see if I remember my outro. My friends, if you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, my friends, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.